Hello all and I welcome you to this new module. So in this module, we are going to start with a new data structure which is called hash maps. So now let's get started and understand what exactly hash maps are. Now a hash map, and they're also known as hash table, is a data structure that stores key value pairs. Okay, so till now we have seen many data structures starting from the basic list or an array. Then we learned about the linked list, then trees, stack, queues, BSTs, right? In a very basic sense, the whole idea behind my hash map is that it will be storing two things. The first one being key, the second one being value. It allows for fast retrieval of values based on the key by using a process called hashing. Now, once I have the key and the value, what I would like to do is if I provide you with the key, you have to make sure that you give me the corresponding value which I stored for that key, right? Now, that can of course be done in a lots of ways, but the idea here is that we want to make sure that it is fast, right? We use a process called hashing, and the reason for that is my keys can actually be anything. Now, moving forward in this module, we are going to learn each and everything how it will be implementing, but I just want to make sure that I'm able to give a basic idea first that what exactly is the process or things which we are going to learn, right? So, each key is actually transformed into a unique index, okay, through this hash function. So this transformation is something known as hashing, which is then used to access the value, okay. And if everything is done pretty nicely in an optimized manner, we can do the same in constant time. So in a way, you are able to, or you will be able to search for something in a constant time. Having learned about the time complexity, I'm pretty sure you understand how good approach this is, right? Great. So let us move forward then, everyone. Let us move forward and try to see some real world example for hash maps. So real world example. The very first one is actually plain old dictionaries, right? In dictionary, the word is a key and the value is the definition. Now, many of you might be thinking that dictionary is kind of being used in lots of data structures. Well, yes, because dictionary is a perfect example of a product which has been optimized and worked upon or created with knowledge of lots of data structure and their operations, right? A dictionary could have just the word and their definition storing the key value. It could have been a dictionary where it is giving the answer, but it is also sorted, which help us to quickly find the word as well, right? Great. Second, a very easy one, phone contacts. In our phone, you give the name of the contact and you will get the phone number, right? So phone contacts. Third, student ID system. So what happens if you are a student, or let's say if you are even working somewhere, you have an employee ID, you have a student ID or something assigned to you. You can even think of this by a passport number, which is of course valid globally, right? So we have a passport number. Just by entering that, we are able to get all the information, right? So in that case, the key is the passport number or any unique identification number. And based on that, we can get the overall value, which again can be anything. Now, all these applications, of course, are very fast, right? We are able to get the information almost instantly. And the reason is that in the backend, they are using hash maps. Now, let us see some practical examples. The biggest advantage of hash maps, right? I like this data structure a lot. Okay. The reason is that it is used a lot from day to day uses as well as in your development as well. So if you are a web developer, if you are a software developer, you will be using this hash maps a lot. The concept of hash maps. Okay. So let us see the practical examples now, everyone. Talking about practical example, let us see the very first one. Practical examples. The first one is actually DNS lookup. So many of you might not be aware, but what happens when we actually hit google.com in a browser. Okay, so let me just take you to a browser, everyone. So let us say when I enter google.com, okay, so what exactly is happening? What do you feel that what exactly is happening here? Well, the process is that for this URL, okay, for this particular web address that is google.com, our browser doesn't know that, okay, where are the Google server and anything. No, we don't know that. A DNS lookup is performed. DNS is domain name system, okay, in which in the backend a hash map is there, which gives us the website URL, okay, and from that key we are able to get to the IP address that is the value, okay. So let us find out if that is actually true. So let's say www.google.com. I'm going to show you this practically. So it is finding all these things and see this is one Google LLC server, right? So let us see the IP address. Let me copy this. 1 minute, yeah. Let me copy this. Copy address and let me open it in front of you. 1 minute. Great. See, I have hit this address. Because of that, it is saying that it is not secure. But if I continue to site, I've been taken to Google, right? Your browser does it without telling you. Okay, so everything is happening in the backend. But these IP addresses are the one which are finally hit. Now you can imagine how many websites are there, right? How many websites are there, and all these websites they have their IP address which can be hit. So yeah, that is the overall advantage. Great of hash maps. Second, no SQL DBs. Most of you must have heard about Redis, MongoDB. Okay, so they are databases which is used to store values, and they are very fast in their overall execution. In that as well, we store the value as a key value pair, right, everyone? So the basic idea behind them is also in hash maps. Third, caching in web browser. For every website, our web browser, what it does, it tries to store some images, some information on that thing, which can be used again and again. So when you refresh it, instead of downloading the same again, it just load that from the cache. Okay. Caching in general is also a very important concept in the world of software development, in the world of programming in general, because it helps you to make sure that you can get the things quickly by saving it once you have retrieved it. Okay. Great. So let us see one more example, everyone. Symbol table. Okay, symbol table in compiler. So the very basic compiler which we are using to write code, when you say that, hey, print A, your compiler in the backend is actually maintaining a hash table where if you are saying A, it doesn't know what A is, much like DNS server. It knows that, okay, for this A, I have some address where I will get this value. And using that particular address, which is stored in a hash table or hash map, it is able to quickly get you to the results. Now you can have tomorrow thousands of variable, thousand of customers, anything. Your overall compiler, your overall ID knows the information because it is being stored, being maintained. Okay, so that's the overall benefit, everyone. Sorry, use cases of hash maps. Now you might be thinking that it is being used at so many places. Well, that is actually the case. Hash maps or hash table get used a lot. And that is the reason we have to make sure that we understand each and everything, every concept, as well as their implementation on how the same thing happens. Okay. So great, everyone. This is all for the introduction. Now in the next video, we will continue our discussion.